Okay, so now that Ben's got the clutch master cylinder installed, what we spoke about earlier about now the clutch slave or push cylinder is on the passenger side, what we have to do is just take normal brake line and we're gonna run a hard line from the brake master cylinder across the top of the firewall and down into a bracket that Ben has made.
Yes, I made that bracket.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So we've measured it out. Normally, if you can't find a piece of hard brake line to work for your application, then what you have to do is make your own. So what Ben's gonna do now is, if you had several or, a couple pieces, what you're gonna have to do is get a flaring tool. You always make sure that you put your nut on first, and then we're gonna flare the end and put a double flare on it, something similar to this.
Behold the double flare.
Okay.
And then we'll explain why. No, the bottom cap.
So what is that tool you're using?
It's a brake line flaring tool. Make sure it's nice and tight so that tubing doesn't slide. But not so tight that you crimp the. Okay. So now, start out with this. You're gonna slide this over the top and hold it first. This goes inside. First application is to get a nice flat flare on the top.
Okay.
Now start screwing it in till you get that adapter all the way to the completely flattened out.
Okay.
And what that does is it puts a nice big flat even flare on it so it doesn't crack or split.
Is it
Looks
supposed to
crooked.
look cattywampus like that?
Let's see. No. It's not.
So this is easy.
So you did that.
It's a nice flat, even flare you got
It's
there,
like-
Ben.
Are you left-handed?
No,
Yeah.
I'm none-handed.
Oh no, you're right-handed. You're just dyslexic.
So,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
Okay, Dad. You can just eyeball that. And put it down.
Well, here. The bottom one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Snugged up.
Okay.
We'll take this guy.
Okay, nice and even. Make sure both sides crimp flat. Keep going. Good. Stop. Back it up.
Okay.
Like I said, it takes a little practice, takes a little time. But this is one of those things, especially when you're doing brake lines, you don't want to keep it in there. Now,
Okay.
you're going to put the outer flare on it.
Okay, so do the second part.
I'll do the outer flare.
And it's not going to take much because, perfect. You can open it up and inspect it, make sure that it doesn't have any cracks on the side.
Oh man, I crimped the shit out of that.
Well, so, but you get the idea.
You just put the flare in so that the little nut thing stays in place?
Correct, and it creates a nice hard seal. This is what it would look like.
Dang, that one looks way better.
Well, it just takes time, Ben. It's practice. I've sat around for hours doing this. You guys get the idea.
Yeah.
It's something that you want to practice with. Take your time. And we actually have one that's already prefabbed that we're going to use.
60 inches, right?
Correct. But this was just in case you were home.
That's
and
how
you had to
tall I
make your
am.
own.
That's
Holy
my.
smokes.
I'm 60 inches.
Wow.
That's 5 feet.